Are you looking for a new car lease? Now seems to be a good time. Back when I bought my new car in July of 2023, leases were terrible. There were really none worth even considering, to be honest. But now it seems like things have really turned around. I have a great resource for anyone currently looking to lease a new vehicle. I'm not affiliated with this service at all. They're not sponsoring this video. I just wanted to share it and show you how to use their site. Before we head over, I just wanted to briefly explain some of the key terms for leasing that you should at least have a vague idea what they mean. Don't worry, I'm going to make this quick. Okay, so the first one is cap cost or capitalized cost. This is basically the price of the vehicle. This is, if you were going to buy a car, this is the price you would pay. This price, this cap cost, can and should be negotiated. The entire lease is based on this cost. Residual value is the next term. This is the estimated value of the vehicle at the end of the lease term. This is used to determine your monthly payment. The leasing company sets this value and it is generally non-negotiable. Next is money factor. This is the finance charge for the lease. This is similar to an interest rate in a normal purchase. Sometimes dealers will mark this up for extra profit. So you kind of have to do some research and find out what the money factor should be ahead of time. I have heard of dealers marking up the money factor just so that they get extra profit. So just want to make you aware of that. Next is the acquisition fee. This is an upfront charge that is required to pay to initiate the lease. It's kind of like their service charge for setting up the lease. This can be negotiated, but if it's reduced at all, the dealer will just add it back in somewhere else. It's not usually a lot of money, so you can try to negotiate if you want to. Disposition fee is next. This is a fee that's paid at the end of the lease. This is non-negotiable, but if you lease another vehicle from the same manufacturer, they usually waive it. So, and it ranges probably from $500 to $1,000. Now, mileage allowance is next. This is the maximum allowed amount of miles to be driven per year without incurring additional fees. So this is a yearly amount, 7,500, 10,000, 12,000. Those are the most common. You can pick any amount that you need. If you drive a ton of miles, you can go 20,000 a year. They don't care. But the price of the lease will go up based on the amount of miles that you're going to use because you're reducing the value of the car by driving all those miles. 7 is the excess mileage fee. So if you go over your mileage allowance, you will be charged a fee per mile when you turn the car back in. It's like when I turned my BMW in, it was going to be 20 cents a mile. I was given an option before the lease was up to pre-buy miles, and it was a little bit cheaper. I think it ended up being like 15 cents a mile. I don't know. I didn't have a ton of miles to buy. I think I had to buy like 300 miles. So, but still, if you buy it ahead of time, you can save a little bit of money. Okay. Wear and tear is next. Fees for damage beyond normal wear and tear. You should, and I think most leases require you to have the vehicle inspected prior to the end of the lease. Like when you have like 60 days left, maybe. And they will give you a list of things that you will be charged for if you choose not to fix them. So you can fix it yourself, or you can just turn the car in and they will charge you whatever it takes to fix these things. Anyways, so you can either fix the items before you turn it in, or you can pay them the fees. And like I said, if you do the pre-inspection, you'll know exactly which items they want fixed. Gap insurance is the next term. This is coverage that pays the difference between the residual value and what you owe if the vehicle is totaled or stolen. This is not required generally, but some leasing companies will require it. Okay, the last term is the lease term. This is basically the length of the agreement. It typically ranges from 24 to 48 months. I think 36-month lease are the most common. But yeah, you just pick which one you need. So I have leased a few cars. I love leasing cars because then you always have a new car. You always have a car that's under warranty while you own it, so you don't have to worry about repairs. I think it's great. I did buy my car this time, like I said, because the lease deals were horrible when I needed to buy a car. I turned in my other lease. I had a BMW that I had to turn in, and I needed a vehicle, so I had to get something. So I bought a car. Anyways, I have used this site, Leasehackr. Every time I've leased a car, it gives you such great information. There's some tools on there that are just wonderful. Will you get the most absolute best deal? Maybe not, but they have some pre-negotiated deals that really can make the process easier. I'm going to show it to you because I think it's just really cool, and I think you'll really find it useful. So I'm going to go ahead and hop on over to that site. This is the site I was talking about. It's called Leasehackr. I find it very helpful when researching leases and trying to find the best deal. And this site has a lot of information on it. I am not going to dive into it. But there's a forum where you can talk to other people, a lot of experts. There's brokers on there that'll answer questions, that sort of thing. You can see what other people, what leases that they have scored themselves. It's all in here. There's some deals. Signed is what people have actually gotten leases, and they share that information. The lease calculators here, which I'm going to go into in a second. Leasing 101, you can learn all about how to lease a car and what all the terms mean and all the specifics. Anyways, this is new that they just, I don't know when they added it, since the last time I was looking for a lease. You can pay to become a member, and you have some access to the residual, money factor, and APR, so you don't have to go look it up elsewhere. I found all that information on Edmunds.com for free, so I probably wouldn't pay for this, but if you've never shop for a lease before, it might be helpful for you. But the thing I really wanted to show you, and this is what I think is really cool, it'll save you a lot of time and effort and probably money. So they have pre-negotiated deals. So these are lease deals. These are better than you're going to get at a dealership. These are probably very similar to what you can get if you worked really, really hard, got all the numbers yourself, contacted a bunch of dealers, and you might be able to find one that would do something similar. Most of these have a broker service fee attached, but not all of them do. These are broker deals that they have worked out with these dealers to share these special deals for people that go to the Leasehackr site. Now, when I bought my car last July, July 2023, there were no good leases on here. It was crazy. Like, there were maybe 6 total pre-negotiated deals, and they were all terrible because it was just a bad time to lease. But right now, there are tons and tons and tons. So here, we click See All Deals. You can sort by which area you're in, but I just kind of want to show you pages and pages and pages. There's tons. All price ranges, all different kind of cars. I will say a bunch of them are electric vehicles or hybrids, but there are others. Anyways, it's just pages and pages of them. So you can really narrow down what you're looking for and get a really good deal. I'm going to show you how to kind of look at them and kind of explain what things mean. As you can see, there is a California section. This is Southern California and Northern California. Northeast section of the United States, the South, the Midwest, the West. And these ship nationwide. You have to pay for shipping, so you probably don't want to go that route. I'm going to pick California just because I live in California. You can see this is a one-pay lease, so there's no monthly. You pay all of it up front, which I don't think is a great idea, but whatever. So these are 2025 different Ioniq, Elan has a Hyundai. These are all Hyundais, Mercedes-Benz, there's an Audi, Mercedes-Benz, Audi, BMW, Audi, Volkswagens, another Hyundai. There's a Hornet, a Honda Prologue. I'm trying to look for one that does not have broker fees, $5.99. So this one does not have broker fees. Let's go ahead and just look at this one, for example, just because it doesn't have the, see how this says additional $6.99 service fee apply or $5.99. Those are broker fees. So I kind of want to look for one that does not have that. So this one, it's in Northern California. It expires January 31st. It kind of tells you exactly which car this deal is for. So you can get other trims, but the price will not be the same. So like this one is for the Prologue Touring 4-wheel drive. This is for the Wind rear wheel drive with a 310 mile range, the Kia EV6. So basically $260 per month. The MSRP is $51,000. Seems pretty high for a Kia, but okay. 24-month lease, that means it's 2-year lease, nothing down. You never want to put a down payment on a lease. If you put a down payment on a lease and 6 months in you get in an accident, your car's totaled, you do not get that down payment back. So don't ever put a down payment. You will have money up front. That's different. Anyways, so this has $3,600 basically due at signing. Taxes, fees, the first payment. So like I said, there is stuff up front that you're paying, but it's not a down payment. Then this is a 10,000 mile a year lease. Down here, there are little notes, $20,000 in combined discounts and incentive on this well-equipped fast charging crossover. So you want to see the deals, you click here on the deal details. It'll send you a link to that. If you could copy this if you'd like to. But basically, taxes and fees are based on Northern California vehicle registration and may vary based on location. We're going to click on this to view it. View deal breakdown on Leasehackr calculator, and I'll show you how the calculator works. And customize with your local tax rates, additional annual mileage options available. So now this says here additional trims are available. So they have other vehicles available with the same discount probably. This vehicle is located in Northern California, the Bay Area, so you'd have to go there to get the car. But let's go ahead and look at this. So this is the Leasehackr calculator, which is pretty awesome, and it just, they updated a little bit, and I really like it. Anyways, so you're going to lease the car. It's a Kia. Cost of vehicle. So this is the MSRP. This is the manufacturer's suggested retail price. They're selling it for $49,000, which is only really about a little less than 4% off of MSRP. But there's got to be some incentives in here. So we'll get to that. It's a 24-month lease, 10,000 miles a year. These can be changed. We'll change them in a minute. I'm just going to leave it as is so you can kind of see. The pre-tax payment is $260. With tax is $282. Due at signing is $36.73. So the breakdown, first monthly payment, upfront fees, upfront taxes. Okay, so that's, I'm just going to kind of leave that at that. I'm not going to talk about anything else yet. So here is the residual like I explained earlier. Every car has a set residual. Every car has a money factor. This basically, Kia's finance probably. Their APR is 2.35%. So here we go. Oh my goodness. $18,000 in incentives. Probably because this is an electric vehicle and they're having a hard time selling them. I don't really know. So here's your 0 down payment. There's no trade-in. An acquisition fee, like I said, you have to pay that. The dealer fee, this is $125. That's not too bad. So that's their fee basically to fill out all the paperwork and send it in electronically, that sort of thing. Government fees, you cannot change those. Those are due. Those are all the government taxes. Service fee, there is no broker fee. Here's the tax rate. I'm going to put mine in where I live, 7.25%. Watch the monthly payment go down. So now it went down to $279. So it goes down a little bit based on the tax because you do pay tax. It's built into your payment every month. Okay, so here's as far as incentives. The disposition fee, which will be due at the end of the lease, is $400, which is not bad. Now back over here to this side, the other thing I want to talk about was this Leasehackr score. So this determines how good of a deal you have.
So this is the number of years it would take for the effective monthly payments to accumulate to the MSRP amount, tax included. The higher the score, the better the deal. So it would take 10 years for these payments to equal out to the MSRP, 10.7 years. That's a pretty good deal. Okay, now you could change these other things. So I just want to show you what the payment looks like as you change it. So here we go. Where are we? Here we go. So let's say we wanted a 36-month lease. You can just type it in. So a 36-month lease brought our payment down to $206, which is nice. We're paying a little bit less up at front, but let's say we want more miles. Okay, I want 15,000 a year. So the residual is automatically adjusted, and that's because the more miles you drive, the less the car is going to be worth at the end, because it's going to have a lot more mileage on it. So we did that, and let's see what our payment went up to. $250. So it went up quite a bit from, what was it? Let's see, 10,000 was $206. It went up like $40 a month to add those extra. But that's a lot more. That's an extra 15,000 miles altogether on a 3-year lease, because we're adding 5 more per year. So anyways, I just want to show you that. If you wanted to take advantage of this deal, and you said, wow, I really want it, you go back to this page and reserve it right here. So you just click this, and fill out a form. The information would go to the broker, and then they'll contact you directly to figure out, fill out your application, find out which car you want exactly, what color, if you wanted a different trim, if they had one available, la 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 la. And they basically handle everything for you. This is a great service, and I think that if you've never leased before, this is a great way to go. You're getting a great deal, and you're also going to have somebody kind of hold your hand a little bit as you proceed. Let's just kind of look at one more car real quick. Let's try to find one that's a little bit more expensive. I think they're kind of by the monthly payment here kind of goes in order. Let's just find one that's a little bit down here. A little bit more expensive. Here we go. How about one without a service charge? Let's see. Let's get a Hummer. There is no broker fee on this one. Not that I'm against broker fees. It just kind of muddies the water a little bit to deal versus deal. So that's why I just want to pick one that doesn't have one. So let's just do this. Let's pretend we're going to get a Hummer. This is in Orange County, California. A lot easier for me to drive to versus Northern California, but it depends where you live, obviously. So they only have one left. So it's a pickup. It's an E 4-wheel drive crew cab. Looks like it's a 2-wheel drive. So $859 a month, 36 months, 0 down. MSRP $99,470. So $2,420 do it signing, and then all the rest is we're going to go look at. But basically $782 a month if you have the GM supplier and GM card sign up. I do not have that, so I'm not sure what it entails to get that, but that saves you quite a bit of money. So if you had one, that's a pretty good idea. Maybe if you work for GM, maybe you get that. I don't really know. Here's Leasehackr's little comment. Make a statement with this big, brash, and bold open-air Hummer. Excellent deal for a $100,000 super truck. So let's look at the details. It says all the same things here up here on top, but must take delivery at Orange County, California dealership. Optional incentives are available. $2,000 GM supplier. Oh, I see. So if your employer could qualify as a GM supplier and you would get $2,000 off, that's awesome. $500 educator, healthcare professional, first responder, military, and recent grad incentive available in lieu of this $2,000. $500 GM card sign up. Open GM credit card at the dealer and spend $1,000 towards the lease. Okay, so that gives you a little bit of a discount if you do any of these things. But let's go ahead and look at the calculator so we can kind of remember what the other one looked like. It doesn't really matter actually, but so here we go. GMC, here's the MSRP. They're selling it basically for 7.5% off of the MSRP, but there's obviously some incentives coming. 36 months, 10,000. Residual is 80. Wow, that's crazy. Anyway, money factor 7.39. So this APR is quite a bit. Going to cost you a lot more. but it's okay. We're just looking here. Waive the acquisition fee. Okay, so if you don't want to pay your acquisition fee, how much is the acquisition fee? 0. Okay. Doesn't even tell you how much it is. So anyways, never mind. You can get rid of it, I guess, by raising the money factor by this little bit here. But anyways, it's not even listed here, so we can't really do it. So we don't have all the information, really. Acquisition fee says 0. Dealer fees are only 85. The other ones were 125. I have seen some where they're like $600 or $700. So kind of look at this, because the dealer sets this. It is negotiable, but I'm not sure if you're using a broker how negotiable things are. Government fees, you cannot change those. Service fees, there's none. 7.75. So we'll do 7.25 just so. Oops. 7.25. That's just for my house here. Went down a tiny bit, but okay. The disposition fee, that's when you turn the car back in. That's $495. So here, let's look at the breakdown of the due at signing. It doesn't have as much as the other car. So here we're only paying $6 in upfront taxes, upfront fees $14.88, and the first month's payment is $9.22. But let's say I want to go more miles. Let's just see what the difference is here. So 36, let's go 15,000 like we did on the other one. It went up $40. See how much this one goes up. 922 to, so almost like $80. So it's a big difference. Anyways, yeah, so this is the calculator. It's very helpful. And like I said, you kind of want to just shop around on here. Look at the different cars, the different monthly payments, the incentives. If you have to pay the broker fee and it's the exact car you want, then go for it. I'm not opposed to that. I just didn't want to add those in because I kind of wanted to show you just how to use a calculator without adding that fee in, because that's over the top. That money is not really part of the lease. You're paying that directly to the broker. I want to see what the most expensive one is. Here we go. Escalade IQ. Wow, almost $2,000 a month. I'll take 2. Anyways, yeah, so that's Leasehackr. Play around on the site. It's free unless you get that membership on the, what was it called? This membership here, the Rate Finder membership. Everything is free on the Leasehackr site. Create an account, post questions on the forum. If you want to just read the Leasing 101 section here, it's very informative. It'll tell you a lot. But anyways, yeah, so I hope you learned something. I hope this is helpful to you. And let me know if you end up leasing a car off here. Be interested to hear what your experience is. Thanks so much for watching.